Hello and hey, today we're going to mess around with Payday 2, this time inspired by the Crime Fest 2017. This is definitely the best thing that's going to come out of this particular Crime Fest, and the shotgun and the other character and the new heist have been pretty good so far, but this one is just very, very good. So getting right into it, it is the Stoic Perk Deck. Virtue unlocks this perk deck. Damage taken is now reduced by 75%. The other 75% is applied as an damage over time instead, over 16 seconds. And you can use your throwable key, which it does take up that slot, so that kind of sucks. But it negates any of the pending damage that you would take from that 16 seconds. And killing enemies reduces that cooldown of 10 seconds by 1 second. Unmoved, all your armor is converted and applied to your health. So wearing large armor is better if you aren't going for a dodge build. And then calm, after not taking damage for 4 seconds, any damage over time you're waiting to receive will be negated, which is pretty nice, but you can definitely outplay that by actually activating the thing if you are going to not be taking damage before that. And imperturbable, when your health is below 35%, the cooldown of your flask will be reduced by 2 seconds instead of just 1. That comes in super handy. And then the last one is enduring, the best part of this. When damage over time is removed, you'll be healed for an additional 50% of the damage over time remaining at that point. So it is much better to use it when you have taken more damage than when you have taken less damage. That sounds a little bit silly, but there is some active element to your health regen, and I think it's pretty cool. I wasn't so sure of it at first, and I tried out another build where I was like, this is kind of okay. You can definitely misplay it. But then I was like, well, if you just had some health regen. So the key to this build is going to be the hostage taker. You can see it. I have it aced out. I've just gone for Inspire for being a team player. So we just have the combat doctor because I've really fallen out of love with the health kits, even though they do get you back up. Just because they put so many restrictions on it. But the hostage taker is the true hero that makes this build so great. Once you get that like a tan cop or something like that, somebody who's not going to die, which is why we have all these skills. Although technically you don't need the aced version of Joker because you don't need them to do more damage, you just want them to be alive, and you can kind of do everything else from there. But the hostage taker is absolutely the MVP for this build, and so the combination of that Stoic perk deck where you're just running around taking 75% less damage at all times, and as long as you're killing enough things, you're able to just get it all back and then plus some. And with the constant regen, you don't have to be perfect with your flask use, which is just insane. So what I've done is just kind of gone for just normal team-oriented stuff. And then for myself, I did use the shotgun skills, if you saw that. So I just have the running gun type of shotgun stuff, the drills, and the one issue with this build that I thought might have worked but isn't going to work is going to be the Swan Song. And I believe that because it is a damage over time effect, you can get into these weird situations where if you aren't killed outright by the 25%, the Swan Song will not actually trigger. It might be a bug. It might just need to actually get in there and fix it. Not sure if that's the intended, but it might be. As you can see there, it says doesn't trigger on fall or fire damage, and it might think it's more of a fire damage because of the damage over time aspect, where, you know, just a dozer shotgun to the face, if you already have a sliver of reduced damage that you're going to take or whatever like that, that will actually put you into it. It was the first thing I tried out when I did make a build without the regeneration, and I went into Swan Song like immediately, and then it never happened again over that course of that thing, and I was just kind of running around like trying to make it happen. I was like, because I really wanted to investigate that. But yeah, hostage taker, definitely the enabler of this build. So I kind of just have this random build set up. It's not a huge thing going on here. It's using the Saiga instead of the AA-12. I mean, AA-12 is just like statistically better in every way. I do have like 4 less stability, but the fact that I am wearing the second best armor, like just the combat tactical vest, to get more health, the dodge build would definitely be viable if you were going to do that. But with the amount of health you're getting and the regen off of hostage taker being maximum health, I thought it might be kind of cool to try it out and just kind of do whatever. So I can recommend this build up through like a mayhem, which I know isn't, it's not really anything compared to the other difficulties, but I would say it's not restricted to like an overkill and below, which some new builds or perk decks might be limited to, unless you're like, playing very, very safe. However, with this build, you like never have to take cover. As long as you're actually taking out enemies, you are able to stand out and just throw out. You just bang. Like you throw out and you bang. It probably sounds really stupid to a lot of you, but that's exactly what you do. So I just wanted to run it into Brooklyn 1010, something with a lot of enemies, and I know that I'm only doing like 91-ish crime sprees, so it technically isn't even up to like mayhem level yet, I don't think. But I just want to kind of show this off and do this whatever. So I'll kind of show some highlights throughout the video of this particular heist, so that we don't make the video insanely long. But like I wanted to show just how effective the health regen and the flask can be, and it's just such a ridiculous combo because you like cannot be taken down outright. Basically, you have to have messed up to not be able to keep yourself alive on like this type of difficulty. Like you're definitely just standing in the wrong place. Like you're getting tased by like 10 people while face checking a dozer while a sniper is hitting you. And that's like the only way you can even go down. But yeah, we'll go ahead and fast forward to a couple more things that look a little bit better than me looking out of a window with a shotgun that has less than like 40 accuracy. So, here we go. So there's the first time I would have actually died from it. I did take a sniper shot a little bit earlier. I'm realizing right now that I didn't have that many close calls until the very end when I was intentionally, not intentionally playing bad. I was just playing bad, and the perk deck absolutely carries me through this. The biggest thing about this, I didn't realize this gameplay would be this, like, uninteresting in the way that I didn't need to rely on the perk deck that much. And it wasn't because I was doing that great. It's because I had so much health. And I don't know if the dodge build... I mean, you can play how you want, but because you don't need to take, like, cover hardly ever, and you're not waiting on your armor at any point in time, it does feel like just having more health and just running out there and taking as much damage as possible is pretty favorable to a dodge build. If you want to play that way, of course. This is just an alternate option. So we'll go ahead and cut to the very end of the mission, where the heist, where I am kind of just goofing around. I play like the situation where I said earlier, where you're taking sniper shots, you're taking dozer shots, and I should have gone down. And I don't remember if I actually do or not, but just you'll see like how ridiculous you can just take everybody's damage, and you're fine, and it's completely fine. Alright, so I believe that we've entered into the part of the footage that's actually worth showing. I just run in here and I start doing just terrible. You see I get starting tased, I'm losing all this health. I'm taking basically my entire life's worth. But I will die from the damage right now. And there's like no regular enemies around, so I've taken just like over 1,500 damage, no issue here. But I will not go down, and I'm not even shooting well. I'm not taking the enemies out. I'm not playing this well. It is absolutely only the perk deck carrying me through here, and I never really get close to death. I mean, there was one time where I was under a quarter health, but then the 2 seconds kill cooldown reduction essentially kicked in, and that was just insane. So this Stoic Perk Deck build is insane, and it took almost no creativity to pull off. It's something that was just kind of organic. It's like, yeah, well, you get regen because you only have health, so that's only a good thing. I mean, that's kind of what Grinder does for you, what Muscle does for you, some of these more drain tanky type of builds. Anyway, so it's pretty crazy. But that's the build. I like it, so thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Be safe, guys.